The name of this next horse is Hoof-Hearted, but listen to the call.
Hoof-Hearted on the extreme outside. Colorado Co-Ed, Toast a Dozen on the inside. Questers Jet, Hoof-Hearted on the outside, it's close. Hoof-Hearted in the winner's circle.
¡Claro que sí! ¡Ay, ja, ja! ¡Sí, señor!
What is up, pod people? This is another episode of Hoof-Hearted. I am Doc, and with me is the Mexalorian Mex. What's up?
What's going on?
All right, man. So, okay.
Fucking.
What?
Oh, no, I was still just going to say, still a little heated from my rant, but that's not going to be talked about today.
No, not today. That's not today's subject. I just want to say ahead of time, so everybody knows, either me or Max were having issues with our connection. So if we cut out, we're sorry. If we talk over each other, we're sorry. So, but anyways, we're going to just try to power through it and hopefully it'll all work out okay. So, also, first, I want to say thank you, everybody, for listening. And people who do contact us, I want to say thank you. And also, you can reach us at Hoof-Hearted Podcast on Instagram. You can reach me directly, Doc Farted, on Instagram. Mex is _Mexalorian. You can email us at hoofheartedpod@gmail.com. You can call us or text us. The phone number is 661-379-0020. And you can leave a message. Message is about 3 minutes. I talked to Rowan, and he thought that was funny that I had mentioned that he's got stories, and he doesn't like the 3 minute conversation or 3 minute message. And then also I did talk to the burrito, and he was saying that he liked the last show, so he too wanted Rock'em Sock'em robots and did not get them. So I told him to save his money, don't buy him now that he's an adult, and I think he's gonna stick to that.
Well, if you still have the last one you got, you guys could hang out.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I don't have it anymore. Maybe I do. Fuck, I don't remember. I don't know. I don't throw away a lot of stuff, so yeah, I'm not a hoarder, but
yeah,
I don't throw away a lot of stuff. My wife is good at throwing away things, and she has helped me. Like, do you really need this? I'm like, nah. So that's good. But what is today's topic? Today's topic is, like we had talked about it last week. We talked about toys from the 80s and the 90s. Today, we're going to talk about toys from the 2000s. So 2000 all the way up to 2020. And yeah, so I don't know a lot of these toys. I guess I know some of them because like my kids had some of these toys. Like my oldest was born in 2003. So, and my youngest was born in 2006. So a lot of these toys, some of these toys, I did get them, or at least I knew of them. But yeah, so it'll be interesting. And then also you sell some of these toys too, I'm sure. So we can talk about that as well. But let's get into it, man. You ready? What?
Yeah. I was gonna say not really any of the shit I'm seeing right here, but like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh cards, fuck yeah.
Yeah. But you can talk about
let's get to it.
Yeah, you can talk about things that you do sell that are popular, at least in your area. People that you sell to. So because you go to conventions and things like that, right?
Yeah, somewhat, but I mean, very centered, just plush. So I think it's more of a Beanie Babies type of situation for the more of last week's. Yeah, a lot of it's mainly plush. I do have like anime figures and shit.
Okay, so you sell more plushies
more modern
and stuff.
What was that?
You sell like plushies and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, it's not I mean, I feel like every kid has a plush. Everyone has one
Yeah.
when they're younger. But
Even
right
when they're
now, I see like a lot of like more toys, like action figures or
yeah. Well,
um.
my kid, they just my youngest, they're 18. They just bought a plushie at uh at the mall, and they actually
Yeah,
they
yeah.
also
No,
they
I was gonna say like even right now they're popular. That's
yeah.
half the shit I sell.
Well, and then
Um,
they
but
also
it's
bought
more of
some.
a huh?
I was gonna say they also bought some Heelys, which was funny to me. Like they're 18 years old and they're sporting some Heelys. I'm like, I didn't even know they made them for adults, but I guess their
I
shoe size is
the only
better.
reason I know for sure for adults was because they were on like an Instagram reel or whatever to TikTok, one of the two. But it was like an adult saying like I use these everywhere, and they're like riding it across the street and just completely eat shit. Yeah,
Okay,
that was the best thing. I hope
yeah,
that doesn't happen to your kid, but
yeah. I hope not, but they used to ride roller
it was,
skates. I'm sure they could figure it out.
honestly, the person was like a good in between with like you and me. It wasn't like a skinny person at all. It was a
Yeah.
pretty hefty dude too.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, it wasn't like anything you had to worry about. I'm sure with the kid.
Yeah, I'm sure they're fine.
But no, that's cool. I fucked with Heelys when I was younger, man.
Did you? Okay.
Heelys were cool. My like with the start of them were rough. I feel like they're probably better now. They're sleeker.
Yeah.
It was a very like heavy base, big. Like the ones I had put like 3 inches on me.
Oh, okay.
Like yeah. So like, and then you had to like slam them up against the sidewalk to bust the wheel out,
Mm.
and there you go. You have fucking rollerblades.
Yeah, there you go.
It was cool. It was cool. Got
Yeah.
called a fucking fat nerd and stupid shit but it was cool. It was cool.
Yeah.
I was able to, you know, ride away in style away from those fuckers.
Mm-hmm.
Catch me now type
Yeah.
shit.
But
They still could. They still
it
could,
still could
but
catch you. Yeah. Yeah, because you're not gonna roll that fast.
I'm not running that fast. I'm
Yeah.
going wasn't even going downhill. If I was going downhill, I'd be gone.
Yeah, but then they'd be going downhill too. And then you trip and then
Nah,
you
but they
start
didn't have
rolling.
Heelys. I had the Heelys.
Yeah.
I had the wheels, the power to go.
Mm-hmm. Well, all right, let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and get started here. You cool with that?
What?
I'm gonna get started here on the toys.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, cool. Um, so I'm just gonna start naming off some toys that were popular, for 2000s. Like this website I'm on, it's saying, let's see, 2000s toys that everyone had on their holiday list. Magnetics. Did you ever have magnetics, or did you know of
I
them?
seen them. Those are pretty dope. I
Yeah.
seen them before, but I never had them.
Okay.
And I knew some friends that had them. So whenever I was like, over there, like, young little kid getting ready for school and shit,
Yeah.
um, I fucked with those. Those are pretty cool. They weren't like definitely weren't on my holiday list.
Yeah.
I was like, because that was back when like the PlayStation just kind of kicked off PlayStation 2.
Mm-hmm.
So for sure, like that would have been, and then, like some extra games and shit would have been more over.
Yeah.
I was a little older, I feel like, for magnetics, but they were still pretty dope because you could like fucking make anything almost.
Yeah.
They were like cooler Legos. But go on.
Yeah. No, that's cool. Another thing that was on everybody's list, and this I'm sure was on yours, but Pokemon cards and Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Yu-Gi-Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I always liked Pokemon, but I never knew how to play. And once I
Okay.
got not out of the anime, it just wasn't like as easy to want to get the cards.
Yeah. You didn't want them as much.
Yeah, yeah. And then I think it was like I transitioned from Pokemon to Yu-Gi-Oh.
Okay.
Yu-Gi-Oh had a pretty cool concept for the anime.
Oh, okay.
And then because in the anime they play the game itself, right?
Okay.
So you kind of learn with them. Like the actual game had a little bit of differences, but you kind of just like went with that. or some people played as like the actual anime rules and shit. So it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I was saying the other day, I feel stupid because Pokemon, I for sure had some old cards, but we could go on.
And you got rid of them.
Yeah, I actually just found some digging through a old box, but they're all fucking ripped and shit.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah.
Is
My kids, like my oldest, he
what?
kind of liked the Pokemon cards. But
Yeah, I
go ahead.
couldn't really get any of that.
Oh, okay. Sorry. My oldest liked the Pokemon cards, but he was, I don't know. He preferred playing Bakugan. Do you know what Bakugan?
Bakugan was cool.
Yeah. For people who don't know, Bakugan was the little cards. They had powers on them, and then this little like ball. You'd roll it, and then if it landed on the card, there was a magnet in there, and the ball would pop open, and then there would be like this little like beast or whatever, and it was a fighting card game, whatever. He also liked Beyblades.
Beyblades were dope, dude. I actually started like a little Beyblade cult in my elementary school.
Yeah.
So like we would from like the beginning of the day, like whenever at recess, at the end of the day, we'd just be all like ripping and fucking fighting each other with them.
Yeah, dude.
Up to the point, like almost as weapons. Like we'd be throwing them at each other and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
What was like cooler too was because I went to a pretty small school at that time. So they had us do like Secret Santa. Like the older kids had to get something for the little kids. So one of the older dudes, like I think they like played with us. So they got me like 3 Beyblades as a Christmas gift. It's fucking
Oh,
awesome.
that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Beyblades, I enjoyed. I mean, as an adult, when you get your kids some toys you want to play, you play along with them and stuff. And Beyblades was pretty cool. I mean, it was just battling tops, but I thought they were pretty cool. And the Bakugan was pretty cool too.
Have you seen the TikTok of the guys that use like industrial equipment?
Oh, what for?
They made like Beyblades out of work equipment, and so like when they hit each other, they actually like spark.
Oh,
so
no,
they'll be hitting each other, and then the guys are like "fuck it," and they throw oil or something like lighter fluid across. So as soon as they strike, it just flames everywhere. It's pretty dope. Next time I see it, I'll send it to you.
Yeah, dude, for sure. Yeah. I mean, they also have the battle bots. Like that's what Beyblades,
the show.
Yeah, the show. That's what Beyblades always kind of reminded me of, is like a watered down version of battle bots. But, yeah. But anyway, so let's see, another one that was like super fucking popular, and yeah, like both of my kids and my stepkids, they've had them, and they're super popular. But the Razor scooters.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. Like all the kids
I was right before Razors. I had these thicker ones that weren't made for tricks and shit, but I still gave my hardest to try. I hurt the fuck out my ankles. I don't know what brand they were, but they were like exactly a scooter, but the base was like twice as wide and twice as thick and rounded at the end. So when it did hit me, it fucking hurt. I wish I had Razors.
Yeah, dude, those Razor scooters, man, when they would hit your shin, fuck, game over, dude.
Yeah, no. And then it always being a bigger kid and trying to do tricks was rough. And a scooter was no different because I tried to do like a nose like wheelie. So I went on the front. I had decent balance and I just let it go. So I flew into the fucking flower bed and just ate shit. It sucked.
I feel you, dude. Cause
but
yeah, same thing for me on a skateboard. Yeah. I didn't like speed. So I just gave up.
yeah. I just used shit to ride.
Yep.
I'd always be with my friends with a skateboard, and they're like, "Oh, do you skate too?" It's like, "Nah, you guys like we're just going somewhere later, right? Like I need to get around with you guys."
Yeah. Let's see here. Here's some other stuff. Silly bands. Did you ever have silly bands?
Dude, yes.
Okay. All right. For people who don't know what silly bands are,
Shit.
basically it is a bracelet that is in the shape of like an animal, and then you put it on your wrist, and there you go. So yeah, that's basically it. It was super cheap.
Another
And,
stupid thing, but I had like um through high school with these fucking things, I'd sell shit to them like two for $1
oh
or
yeah.
something like that. But it'd be between like animals, music instruments, and just a whole shit ton of stupid things, man. They're pretty cool though. They're fun.
Yeah. Bratz dolls, they were popular. My one of my kids had that. And then like here's the list of like tech toys. So these
Oh,
were
well, you're skipping over one thing, and I feel like this was pretty cool.
okay.
Uh, I think we're on the same list, but Mary Kate and Ashley dolls, were those popular? Did they also come with like a little accessory bag of like flour and shit like that? You know,
Yeah.
like little pills on the side.
Something to hold the vomit in. No, I have no idea.
This is San Diego Comic Con exclusives.
Yeah, I don't remember those at all. None of my kids were
Neither do
into
I.
that. Yeah.
So that's fucking weird, but
Yeah.
it says tween toys you'll never forget.
Yep. Yeah, well, forget about it. Yeah, we are on the same page. Okay, so these are tech toys from the 2000s, and the iDog was a pretty big deal. Do you remember that?
What was it?
The iDog?
I was gonna say, is it an Apple product? But it says not to be confused
Yeah.
with many Apple products. I was like, oh shit, I didn't realize Apple did that.
No.
No.
It's
funny. No, yeah, I remember that stupid fucking thing.
Yeah, that was a pretty
Back
big
to
deal,
Mark.
dude. A lot of people like that dog. It sold out a lot. So it was one of those hot Christmas items.
Yeah.
Never had it. Kids didn't have it. I'm not buying them a robot. Fuck it.
Yeah.
And then of course there was the iPod. iPod was a new thing. Those were cool. I myself had an iPod. Not really a toy, but
Dude, you know that
something kids
they
had.
are with like iPod Classic, actually I think all of them, people are making um like parts that where you buy them, you order them, you take your iPod apart, put them together with the parts, and like you could take an old iPod Classic, put a Bluetooth adapter in there,
Mhm.
and bring it up to today's standards.
Oh yeah, no, I
But
know that. I know people are modding
bigger
them.
memory, dude. It's fucking
Yeah,
dope.
yeah, people are modding them. Yeah,
Damn, dude. I have
Yeah.
like 5 sitting in a fucking drawer. I need to do that too. That'd be sick.
Yeah, yeah. But let's see here. Here's some other stuff. So you had the GameCube, which
Mhm.
did not sell very well, but
Really?
yeah, it didn't sell very well. Had some good games, had a weird controller, but it was actually part of the reason why it didn't sell well is because you had the PlayStation 2. PlayStation 2
Yeah.
was the top selling video game system of all time. And the reason why was because it had a DVD player on it. So it wasn't just a game console, it was also a DVD player, one of the best. But yeah, man, GameCube was actually more powerful than the PlayStation 2. But not as many people bought it. I bought one, I liked it. But with that, not with a GameCube, but in the whole video game area, you started having like those like accessory type games. You had Dance Dance Revolution. You had with the little pad, so you could have that at home, and then you also had Guitar Hero. Do you remember that, man? Dude, Guitar Hero was the best. It was a lot of fun. When Rock Band, okay. So did you like Guitar Hero more or Rock Band?
Rock Band was a bit better for me.
Yeah, me too. Because then you got to play as the in the drums. So
Well, not even that, because actually I was worse on drums. I know
Were
I'm like
you?
a drummer, but it wasn't as it was like too sensitive. So you couldn't be like it's so dumb. But like the bass drum was always a headache for me.
Oh,
And
okay.
up until the second one with the cymbals, that's where it got better.
Oh, okay.
But and then I think after that one, they made it to where if you had an adapter, you could put in a second bass drum pedal, and so you could have double bass. It was
Oh,
pretty
that's
cool.
cool.
But
Yeah.
the first one I feel like was a little jankety,
Hmm.
but the second and up, and then dude, just in general, those games were so much fun. I wasn't great at guitar, but I was better at guitar than I was drums.
Yeah.
Just
I always liked the drums. Like for me, it seemed more intuitive. But
yeah,
but I can't keep beat for shit. So like I can never play drums. I can't keep beat. But yeah, dude, like it was. Yeah, I mean, if I had the money to go get it, I would totally get Rock Band now and just play the shit out of
yeah.
it. Just drums. That's all I ever played. I borrowed somebody's Rock Band one time, and that was all I played was the drums. That's all I cared about. The guitar is like me, whatever. But yeah. Let's see here. Here's some other 2000s toys that we somehow survived. I guess saying like
How
I
we
don't know.
didn't die.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Well, yeah, going to the Heelys, yeah.
yeah, Heelys. Yeah. But, and then here's another one, Skip It. Okay. I don't know if you know what a Skip It is, but, that came out earlier. That came out like in the 90s, but, it was still popular. Basically what you did was you put your foot into a ring, and then there was like this little like wheel that was attached to this long.
Like a ball and chain situation
Yeah,
almost,
pretty
right?
much. Yeah, a ball and chain.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you would just basically like spin it around, and then you would kind of hop over it, and then you were doing that however many times. You were just trying to beat your record for the skips. But, anyways, yeah, it was whatever. Um, but then also the ripstick. Do you know what the ripstick was? This is before
Yeah,
hoverboards.
Ripstick was fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's like a skateboard with just two wheels, and you had to
And I
kind of
know
like,
I sucked at it,
oh
but
yeah, dude. Well, we talked about it earlier, man. We would eat shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, like you were saying, like you had to like balance and then still move back and forth to get across.
Hmm. I do
Yeah.
want to talk about one toy that was
Demonic.
very popular, and then they had to recall it. It was the Aquadots. Do you remember Aquadots?
Oh no.
Okay,
What is
so
that?
Aquadots was basically these little tiny balls, these little tiny beads, whatever you want to call it, and then you could make little patterns or, uh, you know, kind of like make pixel art with it,
Uh-huh.
and then you spray it with water, and then they would stick to each other, and then you had your own little pixel art that you could put up, or or you can actually create. Like you could create like a cube or whatever, right? And you would spray it,
Uh-huh.
and there you
Did
go.
it stay?
Yeah, it would stay. Yeah, it would all stay.
That's pretty
But
cool.
the problem is that somebody found out, and I don't know how the fuck they found out, but they had to recall them because in the Aquadots they had GHB. So, do you know what a GHB is?
No.
Okay, GHB is the date rape drug.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So in these Aquadots, they had some chemical that had the date rape drug in it. So any
Boy made by
kid,
Cosby or what?
yeah, no, right? Yeah, yeah. Try the
Jesus.
Aquadots. Ooh. Sorry, that's
That
my best,
would be funny
my
if you
best
look
Cosby.
back and he's like the one pushing it. He's in like
Yeah,
all the commercials and shit.
yeah. So
Uh
I don't sell Jello pudding. I sell
once the
Aquadots.
water drains down to the cup, you could go ahead and take a big old swig. Fuck man.
Yeah. Anyways, so that was why they had to get rid of Aquadots. Now they did come out with some other ones, but they fixed it. But now so they do have something similar to that. But
Yeah.
anyways,
Okay.
all right. So now I'm gonna go ahead and go over the toys from 2010 to 2020. So these are some of the most popular toys from the 10s. 2010, the iPad, which it's crazy to think of.
Y'all need to knock that shit off.
Well, yeah, but so many kids end up having it. I think it's more popular now as a toy for kids than it was in the beginning. And the reason why I'm going to say that is because in 2011, it had the Leap Pad stuff. Now, my kids had some of the Leap Pad stuff. Do you know what that is at all?
Yeah, the like learning.
Yeah, it's like learning stuff, but it's basically like tech toys. So they had like game systems. They had like all of the Leap Pad stuff. They had game systems and like little bikes. So you ride a bike and then you play the game. And but yeah, man. And then the Leap Pad Explorer was just basically a little tablet that was designed for kids. And that's why I think like these kids, they're just so used to iPads. So any kind of tablet. I think it's sad though. It's sad and funny at the same time. But if you give a toddler like a magazine, then they'll sit there and poke at the magazine thinking that it's gonna like send them to some other link. Like
Yeah.
swipe it is funny to me.
Like, oh, that's an ad.
It's pretty fucked up, but yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that'd be cool. That's the future.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, and then I forgot there was another one. This came out. There's one video game system that we didn't talk about for the 2000s, and it was huge. I mean, it was almost as big as the PlayStation 2. Do you know what I'm talking about? Everybody played it. Not just you. You probably didn't, but your parents probably bought one for them. Anybody who didn't play video games played it, especially the bowling.
fuck are you talking about? I thought you were talking about Xbox.
No, dude. Nobody. No.
I was gonna say I wouldn't say as big as PlayStation, but I mean respectable. It's all right.
The Wii.
I got Xbox for Halo.
Yeah.
The Wii?
The Wii has sold. Actually, I think.
Parents have never touched a fucking video game.
I think the
But
Switch.
the Wii? You're gonna say they're gonna bowl on the Wii?
Yes, you don't remember that at all.
Huh?
The bowling game on the Wii.
I remember the Wii, but it's just funny to me that you said your parents probably got the bowling or the Wii, just the bowls.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Well, they're still playing it in retirement homes. They're still doing the
Oh
bowling.
shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Wii is still popular. So people still play with their Wii.
Hey, count me in.
Yeah. It was one of the. It was the second before the Switch came out. I think the Switch is the second most popular video game system of all time.
What's the difference?
What?
I didn't realize the Wii came out that early.
Yeah, it came out early in the 2000s. Like I think.
Oh, it's the white one, huh? The little white tower looking thing.
Yeah, and then it had like a little it looked like a remote control as the controller.
Yeah. Okay, I remember now.
Yeah, and you just
that thing looked fucking stupid.
You swing it around. People
cause
were
a
breaking
shit ton of TVs to break.
Yep. Yeah. Yep, that was the Wii, man. Motion controls. So yeah, and then they came out with the Wii U, and that was a big, huge flop because people thought it was just an add-on. I could go on and on, but I'm not going to. Anyways, let's see here. Some of the
you are mad about that because you like that aspect in that video game, huh?
What, the Wii U?
Yeah, because you were telling me that there's a game where you go around with the Wii U, you're like searching shit, and then when you have to search in your backpack, the Wii U is the backpack, so you're like going through it and shit's still going on or something like that.
Yeah, the game was called Zombie U, and what it was,
okay,
it was first person or third person. I think it might have been third person, but whatever. It was a zombie game, survival game, and then you're playing the game, and then you would have to like go into your backpack and dig something out of there. and your backpack was the screen on your controller. So you were having to sit
Yeah.
there and, and at the same time, you still got everything that's happening on the TV is still going on. So zombies
Yeah.
can come and kill you while you're searching through your backpack. It made it more realistic, you know?
Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I liked the Wii U, but it wasn't popular.
But didn't it attach to the Wii, or was it its
No.
own?
It was its own controller. So it was basically
Okay.
like you had
Because it had its own screen and everything, right?
yeah. It was
Pretty dope.
slightly bigger than the Switch. So if you've seen the Switch, the
Yeah,
gamepad on the
yeah.
Wii U was a bit
No,
bigger.
I remember it because I had a friend that when we would play Smash Bros at his place,
Mm-hmm.
he was pretty much like everyone else gets the Wii and he gets on the Wii U, and everyone figured out that his like screen time was faster than
Mm-hmm.
TV, so he was just beating all of our asses without
Yeah.
us realizing for a little bit.
Yep. And then also you could like one
Pretty smooth.
punch, like you'd hit one button to do certain things because it was cheesy.
I don't know.
Yeah. All right, some other big toys from the 2010s to 20s. You had the BB-8 toy droid. Do you remember that at all?
I mean, I don't remember it from the TV or from the Star Wars movies.
It was
I
basically
can imagine it'd be pretty popular.
yeah, it was basically a remote control BB-8. So
Yeah.
it was cool. Yeah, it was cool. Let's see here. Also, Big Hugs Elmo. I don't know anything about that. My kids weren't into that. My kids were older, so I guess they didn't care. You had Elsa dolls. Frozen was huge. It was very popular.
Yeah.
And my youngest hated that movie. So I was like, yes. So I didn't have to
They
sit
hated
there and
it?
watch it all the time. That was good. But yeah, they hated it.
Yeah, that's dope.
And they hated the song. They're like, let it go, let it go. Yeah. And my youngest, they're like, let it go. Don't hold your farts in anymore. And they do that. It's because they hated it. Let's see here. What's some other stuff? Hatchimals. I don't know anything about Hatchimals. I guess they were eggs that would hatch into cute, cuddly creatures. Let's see here. LOL surprise dolls. This I know about because my stepdaughter was into these toys for like a minute. Basically, you know how they have like those little like grab bags of stuff where it's like a surprise bag. So you just open it and then you get some character or whatever. It's the same thing. You didn't know what you were getting.
Okay. But it's like a little doll thing.
Yeah, it was kind of like a Polly Pocket, if you know what that is. But
I recall barely.
yeah, it's just this tiny little figurine. And then you can buy like little sets for them and stuff like that. So that's what the LOL doll was. But then the last thing I have here on this list is pretty new. And I'm not going to go with that because another thing that came out, gosh, it was in 2017, I believe, was the Switch. And I think that is a pretty popular toy because it's the first handheld, well, not the first, but it's the first successful handheld / home console. So you could play on your TV, and then you can take these good like graphics are good, and the games are good, and you could take them because a lot of times with the handheld games, like they weren't as good as the games that you played at home. But this is the first time, in my opinion, that you could take a game from your house and take it with you. And that's exactly what you could do.
Yeah, no, they've definitely, and it's because that's Nintendo, right? So I
Yeah.
mean, they've always had pretty good power with portability and portable games.
Yeah.
The spots you can't see that are like Microsoft. I've never seen a portable Xbox console, have we?
No, but they're working on one apparently.
Wait, really? Get it together, guys.
Yeah.
And Sony's put out 3 or 4, I think.
Yeah, Sony's put out a few,
But they're not that great.
They were
I know I I had PSP and PSP Vita, and
Okay.
they just weren't there.
Yeah.
Like I liked them,
They're good.
but they had their faults.
Oh yeah, they had major faults to them, but I mean, we can do a whole fucking episode on portable game systems, but yeah, I mean, Nintendo's done it with the Switch. So, and then again, like I was saying, like I was saying on the last podcast, you know, video games it was the 90s, man, where the video games started becoming acceptable.
Yeah.
It was starting then. In the 2000s, totally acceptable, because all those kids that grew up on the Nintendo are now adults, and so their kids are
Or
playing. So it's like, you know, it's totally cool. Like they're buying stuff for their kids and them, you know, because we never grow up. So
yeah,
yeah, and
100%.
the last one here on this list is the PS5, which came out I guess in 2020, which I don't know if that's true, but it's selling pretty well. And I've got a PS5 and I like it a lot. To me, it doesn't really feel like it's a new system, like, cuz when you went from a PS1 to 2 to 3 to 4, there was big huge jumps. Same thing with like the Xboxes. I'm not even going to try to like explain the numbering system for the Xboxes because those are stupid. But Microsoft doesn't know how to count. But the PS5 is basically like a PS4, but like way more advanced. And then the user interface is really good. Graphically, it's a little bit better. But you know, I don't know. I really like it. It's the best PlayStation I've had, and I've had all of them. So
That's the only one I need to get next because, and looking back on my Discord, it checks out because I built my PC
mhm.
when the PlayStation 5 was announced because I was just kind of like, you know what, like, kind of over it. I want to just build my own shit that I could have
Yeah.
everything on.
Yeah.
So I did that, but with the upgrades and the upkeep for it, it's too much. So I'm just gonna go back to console in a
Mhm.
bit. So I'm gonna start saving up for the PlayStation 5, but at the same time, I'm like, shit, when are they putting out the PS5 Pro or the PS6? You know?
I think pretty soon. So I mean, if you wait a little bit, they'll come out with the PS5 Pro. But
Yeah,
you know, I can't imagine it being that much better. It'll probably be smaller. But
yeah.
you
But
just
also, that's probably something I'd like to, because I was just at Walmart the other day, and I went by the video games, and those things are fucking big. The PS5 that I
mhm.
saw,
Yeah.
it's pretty chunky, man.
If you
So
get it without a excuse me, if you get it
without
without the disc,
the DVD player thing or
yeah,
the
it's smaller.
CD disc tray.
Yeah, it's smaller that way. You just get digital. But
True,
I have a
but
bunch of old PlayStation 4 games, and I'm like, yeah, I wanna play those on there. So, but and
yeah,
I prefer to buy.
but also I feel like keeping the hard copies is a little better.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, because you never know when your fucking system's gonna fuck up, and then you have to re-download every game before playing with your
Yeah.
boys.
Or when they get rid of
So
the games. So,
yeah, because you know, for the Xbox 360 or something, the Xbox store is going down.
oh, for the original Xbox or the
Yeah,
360 one?
or 360 or the Xbox. I think the first two.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The
See.
one that's like they're pushing now is safe, but
Yeah.
as far as I know, because I've been seeing like some game stores, like local game shops, they're like promoting like the ones that they're getting in right now,
Hmm.
and they're like, we're having a huge sale. They're still at good prices before the Xbox store online store goes down. So get them before they go and get like super expensive, you know, like blah blah
Hmm.
blah shit like that. Um, which I mean, it's smart, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, at least they're being honest. They're gonna hike up those prices when it's harder to get.
Yeah.
Which
Um,
I mean, it only makes sense.
something else that you had mentioned this, and we could kind of end it on this, but
Sure.
you mentioned that around that time that the PlayStation 5 was announced, you were building your PC and
Uh-huh.
you use it for games, right? I think it's interesting. Like, when do you think computers went from a business tool to being a toy? Because really, like nowadays, most people are building PCs for gaming.
Yeah.
I mean, they're using it for business.
I feel
too,
like
but...
more laptops are like still the business item, like
Mhm.
because there's not too many laptops that are powerful. There are gaming laptops.
Yes.
They're just not gonna be the best,
No.
and um, like the ones that you do get, they're gonna overheat real fast.
Yeah.
So a lot of the laptops are mainly for like it's
Business
portable.
stuff.
I could take it to the office,
Mm-hmm.
or I could take it to Starbucks and get some shit done.
Yeah.
But dude, to be honest, because like my first childhood computer, like it was mainly for my dad to finish up work at home.
Yeah.
But when he wasn't there, I was playing Power Ranger games, coloring games.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I feel like almost as soon as it became an item, people were already like, "Shit, we could put games on there too. Let's do
Yeah.
it."
I mean, Oregon
So
Trail, dude.
yeah, exactly.
I think that PCs became more like a toy in the 2000s when the internet was really taking off
Yeah,
and you were downloading games and you were, playing more games. Then it became more of a toy than a business item, a business tool. So I would say like, probably around, 2005 to around that time, like around the early 2000s, the Sims, because like I bought a computer and I was playing the Sims. Like I wasn't using it for shit, but I was playing the Sims like crazy, so
yeah.
yeah, I mean that's kind of what it was.
Yeah.
So like the late 90s, early 2000s actually, yeah, I would say that. But then it also makes me think too, like we had mentioned it before, the iPad, but the iPad's not the only thing that kids use as a toy. Now it's also
Yeah.
phones. So phones,
Every time a kid sees a phone or an iPad, do you have games on there?
yeah, exactly,
Nope.
exactly. It's like, get your crusty
Wait.
fingers away from my phone. Get the fuck
Yeah.
out of here. But yeah, I mean that's the way a lot of parents will soothe their kids. The kids getting all fussy. What do? They give them their phone, and they're playing some not Bejeweled. Nobody knows what the fuck Bejeweled is. They're playing like Candy Crush or some shit like that. So people still play Candy Crush. I think, I don't know, Angry Birds. That shows you how long it's been since I really like played games. There's some games I play on my phone, like to kill time. But yeah, I mean it's
Next episode, guys. Old phone games.
yeah,
Have a good day.
Yeah, not quite. No. But do you want to tell? We're gonna talk about Deadpool, aren't we?
Yeah. This one's coming out next week, right? Yeah. Deadpool's next episode, guys.
Yeah. So Deadpool is gonna be the next episode, and then you're gonna watch the movie, and then you're gonna come back and tell us.
And review after that.
Yes. All right. Oh yeah, that'll be good. You're gonna you want to talk about what you're expecting from this movie.
What was that, sir?
So next week you want to talk about what you're expecting from the Deadpool movie?
Yeah, I feel like because you haven't seen much of like the trailers and shit, right? I'll have you like we could watch the trailers.
Okay, I've seen zero of the trailers.
Okay, yeah. Keep that vibe, keep that energy.
Cool.
And when we record, I'll show you like the trailers and maybe like have like some type of comprehensive breakdown or some shit.
Cool.
For you.
Yeah. And then let's seriously try to go see the movie together so then we could both.
Yeah, no, we could do that.
Yeah. So we'll try and do that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Cool, man. All right. Well, I say we wrap this up. You good with that?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. You got anything else you want to add?
Guys, just let us know what other toys you want us to talk about.
Yeah. Not sex toys, though.
God damn it.
Yeah. Joe Rogan used to
still get a sponsor for that.
Fleshlights.
They send us a shit ton.
Why the fuck not, man?